Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com, and as promised, following up on Watch and Learn number 13, where we discuss perpetual calendars, today I'm showing you three Seiko perpetual calendars, basically all the same watch, just three different executions. The one in the foreground here, this is the one I showed you in Watch and Learn 13 when we discussed what the perpetual calendar is. I've invited two of his friends along, these two back here, to show you both of them up close, go through the specs with you, and they do more than just keep the day and the date in sync without you having to adjust anything. Before I do, I just wanted to make one more clarification. In the Watch and Learn, I did not specify what the revolution of the Earth around the Sun is. It's 365 and a quarter plus a bit. That bit's about 6 thousandths of a day. That's why they don't have the leap years on the even hundreds: 1700, 1800, 1900, 2100, 2200, 2300. So I should have mentioned that, and I did not. So anyway, we will get into the watches now. So I'm going to pick up the white again. I'm just going to put these two off to the side. And like I mentioned, it's a perpetual calendar. So right now it's pointing to the 11th. If I press this top right pusher, it points to January. If I press it again, it tells me it's the leap year plus 1, 2017. That was all covered in the previous video. You should watch it. And then after a few seconds of inactivity, that hand will go back to pointing, ta-da, to the 11th. So right now, they're all set with the correct time. It looks like I said Seiko goes through all of the entire procedure to realign the hands in the watch following a battery change. Just for those interested, this is the instruction manual. It has the caliber 7T86 in it. It's a rather thick manual. Of course, it's in 8 different languages or so. But the instructions for the perpetual calendar, most of the instructions are setting it and getting all the alignment correct. But once you're through that, using the watch is a breeze, and I'm going to go through that. So I've showed you how to use the perpetual calendar. So now if you press this bottom right button here, you'll see the top hand, which was displaying what day of the week it was, shoots now to CHR, which is chronograph mode. This on the left here, this subdial at 9, that's running seconds. That just keeps going. That doesn't change. And at the bottom, you may have noticed, it says alarm. Now all these hands are pointing up to the sky. Both are pointing towards 12. So if I start the chronograph, with the top right button, you'll see it ticks in nice 1/5 of a second increments. Really smooth. And then you'd stop it and then reset it just like you would a normal chronograph. And the one of the other ones, I've had the chrono running for 5 or 10 minutes or so. So you'll see how the chronograph time index is. And then once you're done with chronograph mode, you would just hit this down here, and that goes back to Wednesday. The running second still runs. The alarm subdial, and what that's for is setting the alarm, setting the time. You set the time for the alarm. I'm not going to go through all the procedure. You pull out the crown one click, and then you can adjust that. But right now, what it's set to is it's actually in 24-hour mode. It is the time that the hands show. And that's an alignment procedure that's critical with any watch after you change the battery. You have to get the alarm mode and the hands registering the same time so that the alarm knows what time it is. I know people are going to ask how loud the alarm is. They do have the ability to sound the alarm, so I'm going to do it now. And then what I'm going to do is, since the microphone is about half a foot away from the video camera, I'm going to bring it up to the microphone next. So it chimes for around 20 seconds when the alarm is set. It's a very, I think it's a decently, noisy alarm. I think you would hear it. So let's get into the watch. The watch itself is 44.6 millimeters in diameter, here to here. It's 11 millimeters thick, so it's not a thick watch at all. It's 52 millimeters from tip to tip, so it's getting to be a bit bulky. Now, I'll put it on my wrist when I'm done so you can see how it checks out. As I said, it's got this Seiko analog quartz 7T86 movement. It's the perpetual calendar with the chronograph and the alarm built in. It is 100 meters water resistant, but it really looks like a nice watch, and I'm not sure I would take it to serious water activity, at least with the strap that's on it. It's not a screw down crown. It is push-pull. It's got a hard Lex scratch-resistant crystal, and it's got a 5-year battery. So your time in between battery swaps is decent. So you have enough at least to run through the entire leap year cycle once. 5 years is nice. The 10-year battery would have been better. And as I mentioned in the Watch and Learn, if they made this solar, that would be great. You never have to worry about anything. That's Perpetual. But it comes on this beautiful, grained leather strap. Signed Seiko buckle, of course. I love the blue hands on this one. And then the red accent of the that half moon indicator. Really, really nice. I love my blue. This is really cool. So this was the SPC 131 P1 watch. So they coined it the, I believe it's the Neo Classic. I'm going to bring up its black cousin. Same watch. Just a slightly different part number. We're looking at SPC 133 P1. Everything is exactly the same. You will notice now that the hands are white on the black background, which is good. They're not silver, they're white, so they're extremely legible. No reflection. You can see any way I move it, the hands are indeed white. Luminescence, I'm sorry I didn't mention it. Nothing. It's a true dress watch. You're not going to get any lume. Maybe it's a little busy for a dress watch, but it's certainly, I wouldn't call this a sporting watch at all. But this is, again, they got the red crescent for outlining the perpetual calendar, the leap year, the chronograph notation. I love this watch. It's done so well. It's on the very similar, or maybe it's even the same, black grained leather strap. And then the last one is really the dressiest of the bunch. This is the SPC 129. They make a couple more, I believe, on bracelets and stuff. What they've done here now, they've patterned the dial, which you can really appreciate. And they've gone with rose gold markers, crown, and pushers. The rose gold really makes it a nice dress watch. It's really gorgeous. They contrast it with the brown leather strap. So it's the same strap, but now they've made it a brown color. Again, still a signed buckle. Now this one's had the chrono running for about 15 minutes. If you look down here at the subdial, you will see that the minute hand of the register is pointing to the 15. And there's also an hour hand pointing straight up, and it will start to index around. So the chronograph hour minute counters operate like a real clock. The minute counter will revolve once an hour, and then the chronograph hour hand will index, one complete mark. It looks like it's a 24-hour elapsed time indicator, but I don't know if it's really going to go 24, if it might go 12. It does not say it in the instruction manual. Being a quartz, it's going to be accurate to around 15 seconds a month. So obviously you can't compare this to an automatic or mechanical. You get far better accuracy with the quartz. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to throw the first one on my wrist. You can take a look. I'm having a feeling it's unfortunately going to be a little bit too big for me, which is a shame because I really love this watch. So be back in 1 second. So here you can see the Seiko on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. It doesn't actually fit that bad. I don't think it's that tremendous. What do you guys think? Do you think it's too big for me? I think it's I don't know. Trying to get the glare out of the light. My wrist doesn't bend all that way. I don't think it's that horrible. It's I wear watches that are probably too big for me anyway. But just looking at it from the side, not bad. Again, my wrist is around 6 3/4, so maybe I would wear this. Anyway, it's excellent looking piece. Dressy all the way. It's very elegant. So we'll switch it back and we'll finish it up. This has been Mark from LongIslandWatch.com showing you a few of these Seiko Neo Classic perpetual calendars that include a chronograph and a handy alarm function. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to our channel if you have not done so yet. If you have any questions or comments, put them down below, and I'll be sure to address them as soon as I can. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.